We're going to start with level 1. And level 1 starts with the half moon stroke, which is over the top of the shoulder blade. You'll see I work with 2 SUMCHIs, but when you start, just start with 1 and probably the SUMCHI 6 heart. It's got a little bit bigger head at the end of the prong. So we're going to start with the first stroke, and that's half moon. Half moon is basically just getting yourself adjusted to the horse, and you're working over the top of the shoulder blade and back and forth movements. With the mutual grooming that happens between horses, you'll find that they often start grooming each other here at the top of the shoulder. This is an important part because of where our saddles go and where the blankets go, and it has a lot to do with improving the stride through the shoulder. This is the half moon, just moving. You can see it's from my elbow, a swing. From the half moon, we go into the fan. The fan is more a wrist action, and it's covering all the muscles behind the shoulder blade, below the wither. There's important parts of the fascia here, and you'll find quite often the muscle contours can be stressed here, again from our saddles, again from our blankets. And it's an important part in the fascia chain. As you can see, she's quite enjoying that. Slow. So what I have found is quite often it's important just to take a breath and slow down and let the magnetic tool, let the SUMCHI 6 do its thing as it passes over each cell. So you can see it's my wrist action. This is the stroke to the fan. And I'm holding it lightly. You don't need to hold it tight. Just hold it lightly, let it set in your hand. And you're gonna ask me how much pressure. The pressure goes from, how much pressure is that when that horse's whisker is touching you? How much pressure is that when his muzzle is touching you? So it's very much on the same pressure that he communicates, the horse communicates with the other horse. So then how much pressure is the teeth? But at this point, when you start with just the weight of the SUMCHI, and that's your pressure, and lightly swinging it across. This is a 19-year-old polo pony. She's beautiful, hey? And she's really enjoying this. Ooh, she says that feels good. From the fan, we go into the third stroke, which is called the butterfly. The butterfly starts from the end of the fan, and we drop down through the thoracic and back up. Down through the thoracic and back up. Well, intercostal, sorry. We drop mid-thoracic and back up, and then we move towards the elbow. So this is the butterfly, and this is the third stroke in level 1. So we've moved towards the elbow, and then we're going to backtrack and move all the way to the last rib. Yes, that little kick could be a fly, or she could be just telling me that I've come across something sensitive, so I'll pay attention to that spot. So notice I'm going down the ribs, a little bit more pressure coming up the ribs. At the last rib, we come back up to the start, the wither. Then we drop back down mid-thoracic, and again, start the stroke again. You can do this about 3 times. What is important about the butterfly stroke? You have intercostal nerves that come down in between each one of these nerves. You have each one of these ribs. You have the vagus nerve that comes across. So by stimulating all these nerves, you're making the horse more aware and sensitive to all your aids. My holding hand is usually placed at the front of her shoulder. You're going to improve the fascia plane over her diaphragm to allow her to take bigger, more extended breaths. Okay, so that is our butterfly. From our butterfly, we're going to now go into froggy.